Your cat bites you and then comes right back, rubs against you, starts purring, and acts like nothing even happened. You probably think that's just normal, but it's not. That moment right there is something most cat owners completely misunderstand. What your cat does after hurting you isn't random. It's not a mood swing. It's something else. It's a response, and it happens for a reason. And if you've been ignoring it, you may have been reading your cat wrong this whole time. Here's the part most people never realize. Cats don't apologize like humans, but they repair something deeper, and once you see what that is, you won't be able to unsee it. Reality shift. Most people read this moment completely wrong. They think their cat feels guilt, like she knows she did something wrong and is now trying to make up for it. But that's human thinking. That's not how a cat's brain works. Cats don't sit there thinking, I messed up, or I should fix this. They don't process guilt as we do. So what's actually happening? When your cat bites you and you pull your hand away, something changes instantly. There's distance, there's tension, and your cat feels that shift right away. Not as guilt, but as disconnection. And her instinct isn't to fix what she did. It's to fix what changed, the connection. Because in her world, connection is everything. So when that tension appears, her brain reacts automatically, not emotionally, but instinctively. She comes back, gets close again, and softens. Not to say sorry, but to restore what just broke. And this is the part most people never realize. She's not fixing the action. She's fixing the connection. And once you see that, that random moment after a bite isn't random at all. It's your cat trying to fix something. The hidden system. But here's what makes this even more interesting. What you're seeing in that moment isn't emotional randomness. It's a pattern. Something that repeats itself again and again in almost the exact same way. A bite, a scratch, a moment of tension, and then she comes back. She leans into you again, rubs against you, and settle. That sequence isn't accidental. It's something your cat's brain runs automatically. A bond repair system. Because every time that tension appears, something shifts between you, the connection breaks. And your cat notices that before you do. Not as guilt, but as disconnection, and her response is always the same. Return, soften, reconnect. But here's the part most people never realize. She's not doing this because she feels bad. She's doing it because something between you just broke, and her brain is trying to fix that, trying to pull the connection back. Not once, not occasionally, almost every time, which means the next time your cat hurts you and then comes back acting gentle, it's not random affection. It's a system running, and once you understand this, you start seeing it everywhere. Though not always in ways you expect. Behavior first, headbutting. This is the one most people notice first. Your cat walks up to you and gently bumps her head into you. Maybe she presses into your hand or leans into your face. It feels simple, just affection, something cute, something normal, but it's more than that. It's not just affection, it's reconnection. Because when your cat does this, she's not just touching you, she's marking you, using scent from gland on her head to reestablish familiarity, to say you're safe, you're known, you belong here. And she does it most when something feels off. After even a small moment of tension, a bite, a scratch, or you pulling away, that sense of normal gets disrupted, and your cat feels that instantly. So she does what her brain is wired to do. She resets the connection, pulling things back into what feels safe. And here's the part most people miss. This doesn't happen randomly. It doesn't just mean she's being sweet. It happens when the connection needs repair, which means that little head bump isn't just affection. It's your cat pulling you back into her world. And in her language, that's how she says, we're okay. That one feels obvious once you see it. But not all repair looks like that. Sometimes it looks completely different. Behavior second. Walking away. This one confuses people the most because it doesn't look like repair at all. Your cat bites you or gets overstimulated, and then she walks away, leaves the room, avoids you, keeps her distance, and most people think she's ignoring me, she's being distant, or maybe she's mad, but that's not what's happening. She's not disconnecting from you. She's protecting the connection, because in that moment, tension is high. The interaction went too far, and your cat's brain knows that if it continues, it could escalate. So instead of coming closer, she creates space, and she does it before things get worse. Not as rejection, but as control, because distance does something important. It brings everything back down. It gives her system time to reset. And here's the part most people completely misunderstand. Walking away is not the opposite of bonding. Sometimes it's what keeps the bond intact, because instead of pushing further, she chooses to pause it, to stop before it turns into something worse, which means that moment when your cat walks away from you isn't cold, it's controlled. It's a reset. And once you understand that, it stops feeling personal, and you see it for what it really is. And then there's one behavior most people completely misunderstand. It looks like affection, but it's deeper than that. Behavior third. Licking. This one feels different, more personal, more intentional. Your cat comes back to you and starts licking your hand. Slow, focused, almost gentle, and most people think that's just affection, something sweet, something random. But it's not just affection, it's social social repair, because grooming isn't just something cats do to stay clean. It's something they use to bond. In the wild, cats groom each other to build trust, reduce tension, and bring things back to normal. And when your cat licks you, she's treating you like one of her own, bringing you into the same bonding system she uses with other cats. Not as a human, but as another cat, because grooming is physical reassurance. It's her way of saying, we're still connected, especially after something goes wrong, after a bite or a moment of tension. This behavior shows up for a reason, because your cat isn't just trying to reconnect emotionally, she's doing it physically, rebuilding trust through contact. And here's what most people never realize. This is one of the strongest bonding signals a cat has. Not distant, not passive, direct, intentional, close, which means when your cat licks you after hurting you, it's not random, it's your cat repairing the bond, in the only way she knows how. And once you see that, it stops feeling small and starts feeling meaningful. But this last one is the one that confuses people the most, because it happens right after the problem. Behavior 4, softness after bite. This is the one that confuses people the most, because it happens so fast, it feels like a switch. Your cat bites you, and then almost instantly, she softens. She gets close again, acts gentle, almost like nothing even happened. And most people think that was a mood swing, or she just changed for no reason. But that's not what happened. She didn't switch moods. She finished the process. The part you didn't recognize, because what you're seeing in that moment is the system completing itself. The bite, that was the peak of tension. And what comes right after is the release, the calm that followed. Not separate behavior. One continuous sequence. Tension, release, reconnect, and your cat moves through it automatically, not emotionally switching, but completing a cycle. And here's the part most people never realize. The softness only makes sense because of the bite. It's not random. It's the second half of the same system, which means that moment that felt confusing is actually the clearest signal of all. The repair just finished. The connection broke, and now it's restored fully. And once you see that, those mixed signals don't feel mixed anymore. They feel complete. So what does this actually mean for your relationship? Because this is where everything changes. At this point, everything starts to look different, because what felt random before isn't random at all. Most people think their cat is unpredictable, hard to read, confusing, inconsistent, but actually, your cat is constantly maintaining the connection. Every bite, every return, every moment of distance or closeness, it all means something, because your cat isn't reacting randomly. She's responding to what's happening between you, the state of the connection. Your cat isn't reacting to you. She's reacting to the connection between you, and that's what most people miss. They focus on the behavior, but not what triggered it. But once you understand that, everything starts to click. Your cat isn't confusing. You just didn't know what to look for. And when you start seeing these patterns, your cat stops feeling unpredictable and starts feeling precise, intentional, aware, something you actually understand. So how should you respond when this happens? Because this part changes everything. So no, this isn't just small behavior. This is your relationship, because cats don't apologize like humans. They don't say sorry. They repair what just changed. Different system, same purpose. And once you see it that way, everything changes, because your cat doesn't say sorry the way you expect. She reconnects in the only way she knows. And once you understand that, you stop feeling confused and start seeing what she's been telling you all along. Which one does your cat do most? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Comment the number below.